Well, it's been hailed as one of the most dramatic stage productions to date. It's called Carmen, and it's showing at the Joburg Theatre right now. The production tells the passionate story of the downfall of Don José, as they say, a naive soldier who's seduced by the fiery gypsy Carmen. José abandons his childhood sweetheart and his military duties for her, only to lose her later to someone else. In a fit of rage, he ends up killing her. I've said too much already, though. The production marks the first time in many years that Joburg Ballet will be performing with a full orchestra. The relaunched Johannesburg Philharmonic Orchestra, as we just heard from their director, Bongani Tembe, earlier. Now let's chat to principal dancer Nicole Ferreira-Dill, who plays the role of Miceala, and she's also joined by Sanmarie Kreuzhuber, a soloist playing the lead, Carmen. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us. I felt immediately my posture change as you walked into the studio, my little ballet classes of my childhood coming rushing back. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's start with this production. Opening night last night, Bongani Tembe last night told me it was a full house, and your performances just brought the house down. What has it been like preparing for playing such a great role like Carmen?
It's been rather stressful.
Yes, I can imagine. I can imagine.
It's not,
but also liberating.
Yes, but it's also not your typical ballet. So, as much as the technical aspect of it's very important, it's a character ballet. So you have to delve into deep emotions to portray the different roles.
And I understand that being a classically trained ballerina, it's all very stringent and there's so many rules, and everything turns on a needle thread, from what I understand. It must be difficult for coming into a piece like Carmen, where you actually are demanded of just to let go and let your fiery side show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think also, I mean, technique is important, but I think most of the people in the audience are there to watch a story, and we have to tell the story. So I think that's also, you know, not concentrating on the technique and just telling the story.
Now, Nicole, Carmen is very famous because of the music as well that it's based on. Famous piece by Joburg Ballet, probably one of the most beautiful pieces of ballet music for ballet to be set to. How much of an impact has it had to have a live orchestra playing with you?
I think last night was just incredible. I think we've both performed with an orchestra previously, but I think last night there was just such a huge energy on stage and in the audience and in the orchestra pits. I think everyone was just so excited. I think even for our stage runs, we were just so excited to be rehearsing with them. I think it made such a huge difference. Yeah. It's absolutely incredible.
Now, we were speaking earlier, Sanmarie, about organizations like Dance Umbrella closing down and Gauteng Opera. Your ballet, the Joburg Ballet organization, however, seems to be going from strength to strength. Do you believe there's an excitement around ballet yet again?
Yes. And also ballet survived through all the centuries. So obviously it has a place in society for people just to take 2 hours out of their day and go and sit in a theatre with incredible sets and music and dances and just escape from daily life.
Why did you fall in love with ballet?
I saw beautiful swans on stage on the TV, and it was just my childhood dream. Like every little girl wants to do ballet, and we're very fortunate to say that we've achieved that.
Now, Nicole, I'm often asked by people who maybe were not lucky enough to be brought up to learn about classical music, or to go and see classical music, and indeed to go and watch live ballet. Would you say that Carmen, if somebody has never seen a live ballet performance before, would you say that Carmen would be a great excuse to get out and get that first experience, and why?
I think definitely Carmen is the perfect ballet to go watch if you haven't watched a ballet. I think especially for men as well, I think they've got such a preconceived idea about ballet, whereas Carmen just takes it to a different level. It's a sexy ballet, it's exciting, it's free, it's not your typical classical ballet, which some people might think it's boring, even though it's not boring. It's such a beautiful art form. But I think definitely Carmen is the perfect ballet to come and watch. It's exciting. Sanmarie is beautiful. I think all our dancers are beautiful. Yes, and also with the orchestra bringing the two arts together, I think that's just absolutely amazing.
Now, Carmen, what do you, if we've got viewers watching who have little boys or girls at home who have maybe heard about ballet, they don't really know what it's about, if you were speaking to these parents and they were asking for advice, why do you think it's important, or why do you think it would be great for them to allow their little boy or girl to go for ballet lessons, even if it doesn't become a career one day?
Well, it's a discipline. So I think also...
I think ballet teaches you so much. You can never, even if it doesn't become your career, I think it teaches you life lessons. It teaches you, like you said, posture. That's just good for anyone.
Absolutely, that stayed with me forever.
And it's great exercise.
Yes, and it's healthy. It keeps your body healthy. It's a good, you know, like Sanmarie says, it's a discipline. I think it just teaches you everything.
Now, the run for Carmen at the Joburg Theatre is only 10 performances, which I think is a great trick, because often those in the arts struggle to fill the houses if they have to perform for more than a month, and now people only have 10 chances to go and see it, so they really need to move quickly. But the preparation for it takes much longer than those 10 days. How long ago, both of you can answer this for me, how long ago did you start preparing for this, and where do you start in your process of preparation?
We started in February.
So yes,
it takes about 2 to 3 months to prepare for a season, because it's not just learning the steps, it's every day taking rehearsal, perfecting things, and we generally, they divide us up into 2 groups. We'll learn the quarter ballet, the big group scenes, and then a certain amount of time each day is set aside to learn the solo parts and the principal roles, yes.
And where do you start in that process? Do you start with the music? Do you start with the steps? Or does it all start at the same time?
I think, I mean, we put the music on, but we do learn the steps first. I think that's the first steps, to learn the choreography, and then with the music as well. But I think what's the most important thing is, once we've learned the steps and the choreography, is to learn the characters and really learn what the story is about and what story you're telling. So I think that's where it goes from, after you've learned the choreography, putting it to the music and then working on your character.
And what's next after Carmen? We've got a few more performances to go. Maybe, if everybody plays their cards right, we might see it run for longer, but we'll wait to hear from Fiona about that. What's next for Joburg Ballet this year?
Our next season is a collaboration. We're doing Raimunda and her, so it's a classical and contemporary season. Oh, wow. It's very exciting. It's also 2 completely new productions for us.
And then do you do both ballet and the contemporary dancing as well?
Yes.
Oh, wow. And for people who don't, who won't be able to comprehend what that's like, I mean, the techniques are really, really different, Nicole.
Yes, it's completely different. And I think Raimunda is such a classical tutu ballet, completely different to Carmen as well. So I think going from seeing girls in tutus into contemporary, which is so completely different, I think it's good to see the different techniques and to see the dancers also being so versatile.
So when does that start, and where can people find out more about it?
That is in the beginning of July.
Yes.
Okay. And also you can go to Joburg Theatre and find out more about that season.
And all the information will be up on our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram pages.
We're going to leave it there for now. Thank you so much for your time. I'm definitely making a plan to go down to the Joburg Theatre. Carmen is one of my favorites, so maybe I'll go even more than once. Thank you so much for joining us, and good luck going forward, and stay healthy. You don't have many performances that you need to squeeze in. That was Nicole Ferreira-Dill and Sanmarie Kreuzhuber from the stage production Carmen. They were with the Joburg Ballet. Carmen being performed for the next few nights. You don't have much time to go and see them, so be sure to do just that.